To address vulnerability, first we have to examine the ego. In its most basic definition, the ego is a collection of beliefs about oneself that embodies the existential question, who am I? Or, how do I define myself? Vulnerability is the inability to withstand the effects of a hostile environment. From a psychological standpoint, ego vulnerability is the degree to which your sense of self can withstand adversity. So how can vulnerability be a strength? Exposure to adversity can have two effects. One, it can help us grow. Two, it can cause emotional damage. Oftentimes these occur concurrently to one another. While prolonged exposure to adversity can cause substantial damage to our ego, without conflict there is no personal growth. The reason we suffer is because we exist, but what we gain from suffering can be far greater. This paradoxical nature is essential to the human experience. Allowing our perception of self, our worldviews, our belief structures to be challenged can create a stronger, healthier ego. In this, allowing oneself to be vulnerable is a strength. Openness to vulnerability does come with inherent risk. Everything we know can be disrupted. This is where cognitive dissonance comes into play. Generally speaking, cognitive dissonance is when new information contradicts old information. This may result in feelings of confusion, anxiety, possibly shame or guilt depending on the context. To deal with cognitive dissonance, we have multiple choices. We can deny new information exists. We can rationalize old beliefs. We can completely eradicate old beliefs in lieu of new information, or create new perspectives that integrate both new and old learning. Which side sounds healthier to you? Not all new information is true, but it could be true, or at least have components of truth embedded in it. New information that contradicts our previous beliefs deserves further investigation. The more shallow our beliefs are, the more adversity will negatively impact our mental health. The more open you are to new information, the better you can handle adversity. Allow beliefs to be challenged. There's nothing wrong with being skeptical. Utilize critical thinking and self-introspection to analyze and interpret new data. It's imperative that you identify cognitive dissonance. Ask yourself, am I denying new information to spare my feelings? What is the reason I feel the need to do so? Am I rationalizing my beliefs and behaviors to protect my ego? Could I be wrong? What is the worst thing that could happen if I'm wrong? Can my ego honestly handle being challenged? What is the reason I'm struggling to integrate new information into my schema? Taking the risk to be vulnerable will build a stronger and more honest belief structure, including the ego. That said, you do want to avoid emotionally abusive people whose goal is to manipulate you or gaslight you to their own benefit, people whose goal is to make you feel less than to make themselves feel better. Allowing yourself to be vulnerable to abuse will not improve your ego. Instead, spend your time with healthy individuals with opposing beliefs. Do these people challenge your beliefs with their own, without attacking your character? Ad hominem attacks are a sign of abuse, and a sign that the incoming information is unreliable. Know that this is a reflection of the other person, not yourself. Allow yourself to be vulnerable, even if in small doses, while you build and strengthen yourself. Look at adversity as a human condition and a growing experience instead of cruelty. Allow yourself the courage to put your thoughts out into the world and openly accept healthy confrontation. Take in new information, analyze it, fact-check it. Integrate truth into your existing beliefs. This will create a stronger ego and a more resilient sense of self. If there's anything that's been discussed in this video that you want to hear more about, leave a comment in the comment section. Thanks for listening, and take care.